Welcome to the Mike Finch Show, Brandon John Chang's favorite show. I see you in the comments in the live chat. I'm dressed up because it's a motherfucking pay-per-view. We're talking UFC 321. Tommy Aspinall finally back in the fucking cage, taking on a big fucking powerful kicker in Ciryl Gane. We'll break them down, and I'm going to give you guys my 5 most confident picks, starting with Tommy Boy. Tommy Aspinall is the truth. I've seen people say stupid shit. Oh, Tom's just fast. Tom Aspinall, he's got some hands. Guys, he's a grappler. Tom Aspinall should smoke Ciryl Gane. I'll break him down all the way. Let me give you the 5 first. Umar Nurmagomedov, if I can get that out, over Mario Bautista. Jailton Almeida over Aleksandar Volkov. Ikram Aliskerov over the Iron Turtle. Jung Park and Walter Walker taking out a relative UFC newcomer. Second fight in the UFC, Louis Sutherland. Those are the 5 for today, but I got to be honest with you. I wrote down my initial 5. In it, I had an underdog, and I had the lock of the week for Premium Channel. So I grayed those out and threw in, to be honest, Walter Walker and Jailton Almeida. I threw in the heavyweights, okay? Tom Aspinall is a fucking top 5. But just so you guys are aware, those are probably, 6, 7, even 8. Because I got to take care of my people. We got the lock of the night last week by the fucking... They say skin of your teeth, but your teeth doesn't have any skin. Enamel of your teeth. We got it by the enamel of our teeth. I went with Amin Zahabi over Chito Vera. That was a close one. Got it, though. It was a double lock. It was a 2-unit lock. This week, what is the single most confident play? It's probably that Tom Aspinall over Ciryl Gane play. And this is why. It's not just that Tom Aspinall can outbox him and knock him out on the feet. It's not just that Tom's the UFC heavyweight champion. It's not just that, that Ciryl Gane has shown real holes in his game, specifically on the ground. It's that Tom Aspinall is also the best grappler in the UFC heavyweight division right now. And in the UFC, if you're going to put him in there with a better grappler who's a 185er, he's just going to fuck any of these grapplers up. I think you guys are not quite understanding the level of Tom Aspinall's grappling. And I think that'll continue to come through. And what a grand opportunity then against a Ciryl Gane who got guillotined against the fence by John Jones in the first minute or 2 of the fight. It was pretty embarrassing, right? This first minute of the fight, right? So can't be picking that, okay? And Ciryl Gane, although he's a big, strong dude, not a great puncher. Really actually more of a kicker. Now, here's a kicker. There's the same thing with the John Jones matchup. What did John Jones and Ciryl Gane have in common? Not that they're black. That's not what I'm saying. John Jones and Ciryl Gane have the same front leg side kick. They both have a really good front leg side kick to the knee, specifically for John Jones. Ciryl will mix it up to the body too. That's old John. That front leg side kick is a great fucking weapon against Tom Aspinall. Why, you ask? Look no further than my boy from UFC Jim Lombard, Curtis Razor Blades, who injured, right, Tom Aspinall, or Tom Aspinall maybe injured himself in that fight, right? Hurt his knee pretty bad. Went down like Homer Simpson holding his fucking knee, okay? Attacking that knee is very logical, right? If you're in the corner of Ciryl Gane, I'm saying, hey, stand sideways so it's hard to take you down, right? Be on your bounce, be on the bike a little bit, be on the balls of the feet, and just stomp that knee for the first round. Like the first round, all I want you to go out there and do is blow his lead knee out, okay? Once he's got that flat tire, then we'll take him out. That is a very logical way to fight a Tom Aspinall. That is the number one way I believe that Ciryl Gane could, get this fight, is by injuring Tom's knee, because he's got a great front leg side kick and Tom Aspinall has a bum knee. With that being said, Tom Aspinall's been out of the game for a fucking year, right? He's probably not training stupid, so his knee might be 100% by now. And he's just he's got incredible skills in places where Ciryl Gane doesn't. The biggest gaping black hole is the ground. I mean, it's such a mismatch. Why wouldn't Tom Aspinall, one of the smarter fighters in the UFC, go where Ciryl Gane is going to drown? I think he'll take him to that deep water. I do think he'll drown him. My pick is going to be Tom Aspinall via finish here. I would be shocked if this thing made it 5 rounds. I think Tom Aspinall in the first half of the fight. I think Tom Aspinall in the first 2 rounds. I think Tom Aspinall via submission makes a lot of sense, although ground and pound's not a crazy way to do it either. So Tom Aspinall submission, but he could get to the top position and just, pounce. Like, Tom Aspinall does a good job at making the referee step in. He will pounce on you, right? Look at the second Curtis Razor Blades fight. He hurts him and he runs at him and he fucking puts some punches on him and gets the referee to jump in there. Very intelligent approach to drawing that referee stoppage, because we see a lot of people do the opposite, right? I was just watching an old Chuck Liddell fight back before Chuck was Chuck, back in fucking his Vale Tudo days. They were in a ring and shit. He's punching this dude in the face through ropes. He fought Pele back in the day in Vale Tudo. I was looking for that name the other day too. Pele. That's a gangster reference by me, by the way. You're in the right spot when I'm dropping fucking Pele references, okay? I know my Vale Tudo, motherfuckers. Ain't no rules out here. Chuck was just going, and you know what that doesn't do? That doesn't make the referee say, this is urgent, I need to stop this, And Tom Aspinall does a great job pouncing. So let's say he finishes Ciryl Gane. Umar Nurmagomedov taking on a pretty goddamn game Mario Bautista. I mean, Mario Bautista, you got to have respect for the streak he's on. You got to have respect for the kickboxing, how he's looking. And Mario Bautista is a good round winner. He definitely knows how to be technically sound, and he'll give Umar a run for his money. When I look at the odds on this one, I don't necessarily actually think that's the reality. I think Umar is like a 2-1 favorite, but I don't know, 5-1 or whatever they got him at. It's that last name. They love that last name. The thing is, I think he could take, Mario Bautista down here. So, as good as Mario Bautista's kickboxing and patient style is and round winning abilities, I think he's going to end up on his back, and that'll be a big problem for him. And Umar could strike too. Umar is a solid kicker, almost as good of a kicker as Usman Nurmagomedov, who's the Bellator and now PFL champ. It's going to be a real Mario's going to have a tough time staying on his feet and a tough time striking with him, knowing the takedown's the threat, right? Like, the actual threat of the takedown is going to open him up to be punched and get this thing more competitive on the feet. And then I think Umar could run away with it if he gets the takedown. So Umar Nurmagomedov is a top 5, but I don't think Mario's deserves this 5-1 tag or whatever you guys are seeing him at. What is he at? Got the fucking site up right here. Mario Bautista. Yeah, Umar Nurmagomedov minus 550. Huh? Mario Bautista plus 420. Smoke weed every day. I'm going to go Umar Nurmagomedov, a guy who I assume does not smoke weed. We're going to go with Jailton Almeida over Alexander Volkov. It didn't initially make the list, but Jailton Almeida's wrestling is legit as fuck. Even though he's Brazilian, he could wrestle solidly. People are like, what are you talking? Brazilians can't wrestle? Well, Brazilians don't generally wrestle through childhood and through school, right? Like, if you go to school in the United States, most high schools have wrestling programs, right? So you get to go compete in wrestling like I did as a kid. I started wrestling when I was like fucking 7. I don't know. So, it helps a lot when you start at 7 versus starting your 20s for MMA. And so you'll see a lot of great wrestlers come from the United States. And Jailton's better than most of them. Jailton's got fucking solid takedowns. His jiu-jitsu is black belt level. And Alexander Volkov's a real test, though. Alexander Volkov, I try to not doubt because I've doubted him before. I remember watching him in Bellator a long time ago. I interviewed Volkov and his manager because he couldn't speak any English at the time. Fucking decade ago. I don't know. It's a long time ago. And, seeing where he's gone with his career and, seeing how good he's gotten at mixed martial arts is fantastic. So, I did have to update the Volkov respect. He's going to give Jailton a fight. I just think Jailton can hit the key takedowns, and that'll make the difference. I got to lean for Jailton Almeida in the Volkov fight. I love the fight, though. Here's what I'm confident in. Ikram Aliskerov over the Iron Turtle. I think Ikram Aliskerov is a lock because the Iron Turtle's not great at any one thing, and Ikram Aliskerov is a great wrestler, has more power in his hands, and he's getting confident. Ikram Aliskerov is out there having good performances, and it's going to matter when he's up there against Iron Turtle, because I don't think he's scared of Iron Turtle. I don't think he sees Iron Turtle and gets the Robert Whittaker vibes or the Khamzat vibes, being his losses. Andre Muniz, he fucking smashed in the last one. What is he? 3-1 in the UFC now. I think against Iron Turtle, he's going to be able to cook the poor Iron Turtle. Iron Turtle, tough as fuck, decent wrestling, but he's up against a better wrestler. He'll have to rely on his kickboxing. I honestly don't even really think he has a serious kickboxing edge over Ikram Aliskerov. I think Ikram Aliskerov, 16-2, the 2 losses, Rob Whittaker and Khamzat, absolute lock against an Iron Turtle. And I think he's going to go on a nice little run, man. Ikram Aliskerov is a problem. He just came into the UFC and got kind of thrown to the wolves. He stepped in on short notice against Rob Whittaker when Rob Whittaker was initially going to fight Khamzat, I believe, and then it got switched on him. So can't hate on him for that. I think that he's going to put a highlight reel on an Iron Turtle, maybe even get Iron Turtle out of there, which is a statement, because Iron Turtle's tough as fuck. Got to respect the Iron Turtle. We don't take no fucking disrespect for the Iron Turtle around here. I'm just telling you, I think Aliskerov's going to win the fist fight. Walter Walker versus Louis Sutherland. I ain't no Louis Sutherland hater, honestly. I liked Walter Walker over Mo Usman much better. Louis Sutherland can kind of bang, he's a big fucking boy. Gonna be a hard guy to heel hook. That's what I see here. I see like Walter Walker on this fucking heel hook streak, and he's up against a Louis Sutherland who, that dude's gonna punch you in the face. You grab his foot. So, that being said, he absolutely can heel hook any of these fucking heavyweights. I mean, it's unbelievable how bankrupt the jiu-jitsu is, in the majority of heavyweights in mixed martial arts. It's unbelievable. I mean, these guys are reacting terribly, He even got Kennedy and Zechiku, who's like a 205er who moved up, So I don't doubt, that he can do it. I'm just saying that in this matchup, there's serious consequence. Louis Sutherland is a bit of a truck, He'll run you over. Walter Walker getting to the top position, I do like a lot here, though. The reason why I'll put Walter Walker in as the last most confident, again, I left out the lock and the dog, sorry, is that Walter Walker should be able to get to the top position on a Louis Sutherland. And then, I mean, he's a problem. Like Walter Walker, aggressive human being, this dude likes to fight. There are some people who love martial arts, like me, right? I got a mean side, all right? Don't fuck with me. My buddy Stone, when I was bench pressing, he's like, bro, I could see that dog in you when you bench press. I see it in your fucking eyes. I'm like, I know, okay? I can get there. But I love martial arts, Getting in a fist fight, going out there, fucking banging it out, knuckles to face, blood, broken noses, my mom sitting cage side, This is crazy as fuck. Walter likes it. Walter's crazy. And so I think he turns that crazy into something good when he gets to that top position, because his ground and pound will be nasty. He throws good elbows. He gets people out of there. Walter Walker inside distance makes a lot of sense here. One more time for my people in the back. I'm going Walter motherfucking Walker because he's nuts, and I think he could get on top of Louis Sutherland and make it happen. Ikram Aliskerov because he's better at everything than Young Park, except for being the fucking Iron Turtle. Alexander Volkov and Jailton Almeida is a good fight, but I'm going to go with Jailton Almeida because he could control where the fight takes place, and from the top position, I think he gets it done. Umar Nurmagomedov over Mario Bautista because he can out-wrestle a Mario Bautista who's gaming on a roll. And then Tommy motherfucking Aspinall over Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane doesn't even deserve this title shot. Doesn't even deserve it. How dare they give him that decision over Volkov, first of all, and then give him a title shot off of that? Should be ashamed, France. Should be ashamed. Tommy Aspinall should get this guy out of there. Cyryl's like, I'm working all the time with my coaches on my ground game. Brother, you're not catching up. Okay? You're not catching up to Tom Aspinall. There's no point in Ciryl Gane's life where he could pause the clock and go, I'm better on the ground than Tom Aspinall. You guys, I think people see Tom Aspinall put people out on the feet, and that's his identity now. It doesn't mean he doesn't have all that ready to go. And this is a perfect opportunity. Tom should go out there, boom, hit a takedown, right? Tom should go out there, get this boy a little tired, and get him out of there on the ground. Tom Aspinall via submission is the motherfucking call. And I came in here early today, 7:30 p.m. in California is early for me. If you guys know what my fucking sleep schedule is like. What up, chat? What up, what up? What up, Dixon? What up, Sean Shelby? Last week's 5 confident? Yeah, last week was a bad 5 confident. Let me see. I took out, obviously the lock, which hit. Where do I have my most confident? Here we go. Drew Dober got it done. Stefan Luciano got it done. God damn. Yeah. Azamat Bakoyev. Wow. We should talk about that one. Bakoyev goes out there and hits a takedown early on this pro kickboxer. I'm like, oh, that's what I thought, And then this Usry guy fucking posts his hand on the head, hip escapes, and just stands the fuck up. I was like, Bakoyev can't hold this kickboxer down. Bakoyev takes him down again. This motherfucker has the nerve to get up again the same fucking way. Bakoyev got his ass beat. God damn, Usry. I did not realize that Usry had this wrestling. This is surprising to me. But now I know. Okay. Usry Belgoyu, or however the fuck you say that last name, my man can stand up if you take him down against one of the more powerful, solid wrestlers in the division. Bakoyev fucking ragdolled Loader, who's a D1 American wrestler. Ragdolled him. I see him up against this kickboxer. I'm like, he's getting the takedown and he's holding him down. He got the takedown, but he couldn't do anything on the ground. He even tried to tie up the legs, like the right thing do, Earth to Aaron Pico. You take the guy down, their legs are straight, you tie his legs up with your legs. Bakoyev did it right. It's just that this fucking Slender Man of a athlete, you guys know Slender Man? It's like scaring all the kids in the woods or some shit. You guys know what I'm talking about? It's October. At least I'm on brand. Posts and just use that hip escape. It was a beautiful, beautiful job. Okay? Here's one that I fucking got. DeJordan Santos. I saw you motherfuckers hating on my DeJordan Santos pick, and he comes through against Danny Barlow. Bruno Silva, I said was one of the best dogs, and of course I end up fucking betting on Jasmine Jazadavicius, who gets knocked the fuck out in a minute by Manon Firo. Manon Firo, who's gone to the decision in her last 5 fights since COVID. She's gone to decision every single time. Jennifer Maya, whoever the fuck it is, gone to decision every single time. Goes out there against the best wrestler she's fought and just smokes her with a fucking cross. DC on the mic, he goes, he's like, she's being tentative. Boom! Smokes Jazzy Jazz. That was impressive. So yeah, not the best week. At least we got the double lock. That was important. A 2-unit lock is a big deal to come through. I very rarely do that, although I might do it this week. I love dog of the week and lock of the week this week. Again, I purposely left it out. If you guys want to see who I'm betting on, if you want to see those two, direct message at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you in there. Umar and Ikram for sure. Nothing for sure in this sport, but I do like those two, man. That makes a lot of sense. Sup, Finch. So your 5 is Umar, Almeida, Ikram, Walker, and Aspinall. Yes. Although the original 5 included a fucking underdog. I had no idea this was a dog. When I went to look it up, I'm like, oh shit. Okay. Betting on that. Dog of the week was in my 5 most confident. And then there's one that was close to even odds that I just decided to grab as the lock. So they're all part of my top 7. Yes. Finch, I need your help. Have you ever hurt your knee ligaments doing jiu-jitsu? What can one do to recover from a strain, like a hyperextension type of strain? I'm talking about how to deal with this. That's crazy, Dixon. My knees have been fucked up for since it was this summer. I got hit with a front leg side kick to the knee. And so, yeah, I actually have a ton of advice on that. I mean, first thing, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Second thing, use AI. That really helps me. So when you first have the injury, rest, ice, compression, elevation, rest, get off of it, ice, inflammation, compression, and elevation. So you're having your knee above your heart, that's great for the first 48 hours, maybe even 72 hours. After that, then it's a matter of, assessing, okay, how bad is your knee hurt? And do you need red light therapy? I'll do like heat. And I got this fucking knee sleeve. It's like heat, vibration, and red light therapy, which is, I think, making a difference. I've got peptide cream. So peptides will, I think they're copper peptides to get in there and do some healing. Some people inject peptides. I mean, once you got the needles out, I'm nervous. So I don't fuck with the peptide injectables. But if your knee's that fucked up, that could potentially really help you. There's been some positive signs on like ligament tears and people who've taken peptides. Especially people I know, the manager of UFC Jim Huntington Beach, for instance. He's like, yeah, I inject peptides into my stomach every morning. I'm like, God damn. This guy busts a needle out and just hits himself in the stomach every morning. Holy shit. I don't know, man. It's like back when I was, back when I was in college, I went over to my buddy's house. Stone, again, he come up twice this fucking show. Shout out to Stone. I go over to his house and he's got a blowtorch out and he's doing dabs, Hey, bro, come do some dabs with me. I'm like, bro, when you get the blowtorch out, you're doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we got to go from fucking Bic lighter to blowtorch, I don't know if I want to be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the needles. So good luck. And then physical therapy, of course. All this stuff's available, though. Use Grok or ChatGPT or whatever. Use YouTube. There's a lot of information available online that you can educate yourself. And if you got the money, just go to the fucking doctor. If you got the health insurance, just go to the fucking doctor. We need a good pay-per-view card. I hope so. Gane improved his takedown defense. We've seen against Sergey. Gane is the better technical striker. I see a path for Gane, and it's not Hail Mary. I see a path, yeah, but what are his real advantages? Like he's a little rangy for Ciryl Gane. The front leg side kicks. Beyond that, Gane's, got real holes in his jiu-jitsu. I mean, you can't really shore the jiu-jitsu up that quickly. And excuse me. And Tom Aspinall has such solid grappling that I think he'll just cook him. I don't think he could, get that good that quick. And then the hands, like even on the feet, I'd take, Tom Aspinall because he's got fucking fast hands on him. Puts a good 1-2 on you. So I'm gonna go Tom Aspinall wherever this goes, dude. In a 3-round, Umara's best chance to beat Umar, but I still have Umar winning this. I think it's a decent fight. Are you doing your picks before Moneyline? I am. That is currently happening. This is Gane's 4th time fighting for the belt. 4th? It was the interim title he fought for against Black Beast, right? We fought Jones. He fought Francis. Yeah, wow. They really love giving this guy. He looks the part, He looks the fucking part. But you can't make a champion out of somebody who ain't a champ. All right, cool. Ikram wins easily. You're doing drugs when you eat good. What are you talking about? Eat food? What are you talking about, dog? Smoking weed over there? What are you talking about? Nasrat Haqparast feels like a good bet. I'll get the full card out early this week. Yeah, why not? I'll run through the full card early. All right. You guys good? I'm going to be over on MMA Experts channel doing money line in a minute. Honestly, I'm fucking ready to rock. AJ, let's go. I'll be dropping my full card predictions early this week, maybe tomorrow. You want to see me tomorrow? Maybe I'll fucking drop in tomorrow, do the full card for you motherfuckers. I appreciate every single one of you. It really helps the algorithm if you leave a comment. Just leave a W. You don't know what to say. You got nothing to say. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm at 10,300 subscribers. We could do better. We could do better than this. Tell your friends. Tell your mom, okay? Everybody's subscribing to this shit. And if you guys want to see my bets, direct message at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you into premium channel. Confident in the lock. Confident as fuck in the dog this week. I'll see you guys soon. Peace and love.